What's up, Legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back on Black Ops 6 Zombies here on Old Liberty Falls, and we're going to be checking out one of the new weapons available with the Season 6 Battle Pass. It is the return of the MP40. They call it the Dresden 9mm, but we're going to call it the MP40, and I'm going to be taking it on a journey to hopefully round 56 with the rampage inducer, as long as we survive that long. Otherwise, we're just going to go until we get eliminated. And I think this weapon does have some potential. I think a lot of you guys do like to see this up to the health cap, so definitely going to push it past the 31. I know some people will post, and just give you guys a little bit more insight on what you can expect with the MP40 here in Black Ops 6. Now, I definitely had a lot of fun with the Black Ops 7 beta. Definitely looking forward to launch. There was definitely some issues I had with the beta as well. Like, obviously, weapons didn't feel like they hit as hard as they should. Some of that could have been augments. Having no augments was a little bit interesting, especially when jumping back on this game and realizing how good this game actually feels. I think a lot of it, though, does come to the augments. Some of it may just be the fact that it was a beta build. One issue I particularly had was there was a lot of bugginess to the plating animation. The plating seemed like slower than this game, of course, and that's not with speed cola enabled or anything like that. It just seemed slower by default. And there was also times I was pressing the input to actually plate and nothing would happen. I felt like I was having to repeatedly smash that. So those are things I definitely hope to see them fix come launch. I definitely don't think they're going to, make the game feel any worse than BO6 for sure. It just takes a little bit of time to pan out all the issues that do happen, especially during a beta. But I definitely think they probably learned a lot. It probably helped them a ton to have beta zombies for the first time ever. And I definitely am, like I said, excited for launch. Let me know down in the comment section below what you are looking forward to most when it comes to Black Ops 7 Zombies. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are excited to jump back into a new camo grind. Maybe some of you guys are excited to see what challenges I come up with this year. I'm really going to take my foot and slam the gas pedal when it comes to content in Black Ops 7. You guys think I upload frequently enough in BO6? Well, then you'll be even more excited to know that that's going to be even more in BO7. All right, let's kill the rest of these zombies. Double points it up. Yeah, this weapon definitely feels pretty good. I mean, it's kind of tough, right? Because people tend to only want to go to the weapons that are the absolute best. But I think as long as weapons are competitive at that health cap, people are more than comfortable using any weapon that's somewhat successful at that point, right? The problem is most weapons aren't going to be successful at the health cap. And that's what leads us to having weapons that feel just absolutely terrible. I do think, though, over the course of this year, they've done a pretty decent job implementing things that have benefited that in general. Like adding double tap later down the road really made a lot of the earlier rounds, or just making weapons feel impactful at the later rounds, a lot better, basically. Now, I'm not sure how much variety everybody did in the Black Ops 7 beta. I think people probably found out whatever weapon was good. Went for the ray gun, because the ray guns were both actually exceptional, especially for going to round 50. But personally, my favorite weapon in the beta was the MXR. It's like the Rampart-like weapon. A little bit slower fire rates than assault rifle. I definitely think that's going to be one of the first weapons that I try out when it comes to launch. I'm jumping into survival as soon as possible and going to start my camo grind. And hopefully I can share some tips and tricks along the way for all of you that will be jumping in as well. It is actually crazy playing this game right now and seeing how much salvage drops. Granted, I do have a suppressor on my gun, and that's something that they definitely nerfed going into BO7. The suppressors will not be nearly as effective. They almost didn't seem to do anything in the beta, but I also think that's part of like the bugginess of the beta. I don't think the full features of everything that we can expect for zombies was available there. It does sound a little bit crazy, but it makes sense. No augments. It's very bare bones. Probably the hardest experience for the BO7 zombies that we'll ever have. Like, if you didn't play during the beta, then you didn't have to play the hard mode, basically, is what I'm saying. And come launch, if you did play the beta, it's probably going to feel significantly easier. One of the more interesting changes they did in the beta as well, or I guess in Black Ops 7 in general, is in regards to the rampage inducer. Now there's no super sprinters until round 20, and it definitely is noticeable. Especially having not played this game for a few days, playing the beta pretty much exclusively, I can definitely tell a huge difference. That's the last zombie? Is that everybody? Come on, flip around. Okay, we did our little side Easter egg here. We're going to get a free rare tool. I mean, this is definitely something that was lacking in the beta, right? We didn't have access to all the side stuff. I mean, I already have enough for epic rarity. What the hell? All right, we're grabbing it. Epic rarity it is. I mean, between shooting the crystals inside the church and doing this little side egg, we are locked in. I guess the last thing to do would be just to get Pack-a-Punch, right? We'll Pack-a-Punch our gun to level 1, and we're in a good spot already for round 10, I would say. We are cooking. This is why I wanted to come to Old Liberty Falls. It's been a while. I enjoyed this map a lot, too. I know not everybody's favorite, but as far as just grinding out zombies and killing stuff or getting camos, definitely up there. But definitely curious, if you guys are just jumping in, playing zombies, having a good time, what is your go-to map? Is it Liberty Falls? Is it one of the other ones? Honestly, I could see people saying the Tomb just because you have access to the Pack 1 Crystal. You get a, you know, epic tool pretty quickly. Like, a lot of it I feel like is just going to come down to what you can get access to and when. This is always the most dangerous part of the run. Round 10, 11. I don't know what it is. It's probably because you don't get Jug or perks or whatever, but when it comes to the Rampage Inducers, it's always like the tipping point. So let me get Jug. Let me get a couple things, and then we can continue going forward here. Now, I don't know if they were confirmed in survival or not. They definitely weren't in the beta, right? But I do feel like having trials is going to make a huge difference come launch as well, especially when it comes to, like, the things that we, you know, are most worried about. Oh, come on. You guys die so I get my free ammo, please? No? Where's the last one? Oh, it might not pop up till the end. I got to go buy ammo to do this challenge. That's so dumb. I think it's not expensive. It's going to be a little bit rough, though. Here we go. Yeah, having SAM trials would be a huge difference, especially if they're on survival. I feel like they may not be, but at least they'll be on the big map, and that'll be helpful. Especially if any of the other salvage changes come into play. Why are you guys still behind me? No matter how far backward I go, they just want to keep spawning behind me. Probably in the coding, right? Get behind Errl. All right, come on. Give me something good. Pack you crystal inbound. It's going to give me a max ammo now. I know that. There it is. It's really weird how that happens. Why is it all the way over here? All right, here comes our buddy, the Abomination. The Abominator. All right, what do we get? Oh, we got Elemental Pop. Wait, put it on. The hell? That was weird. My guy did not want to utilize the Elemental Pop, I guess. All right, try to do some damage. I mean, we are a little overpowered for where we're at in the match right now. Okay, you're behind me, blocking me. Get out of my way. I got to get quick revive soon. Especially if I'm going to bounce off enemies and get hit by others. I feel like if you're in a PhD slide, they should make you immune or something. I know that sounds dumb, but it is a little weird that you get hit so often while you're in that. Okay. Should be able to destroy. Thank you, insta-kill. Is that everybody already? That round went quick if that was everybody. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Go ahead and grab all this stuff. I'm going to hold on to this in case we survive long enough to actually utilize it. But you know the rules. We won't use the streak until we exfil, if we're going to use it at all. All right, Mango, time for you to go, buddy. These zombies, some of these zombies are so fast. Oh, you troll. I hate that brain rot just brain rots the big guy. But I still got to wait for him to transform back. He's still got to come back and be a normal guy so I can kill him. Take him down. Change back. Hurry up. There you go. Perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy this so we can reload a little bit faster. I want to get pack 2, but I kind of want to wait a little bit longer. Maybe after the next parasite, or not parasite, vermin round. I'm mostly just waiting so I can not burn as much points, because I feel like we have a really good reserve for this weapon, but it's better to build points while you're not spending 2.5 times the amount on the ammo, and we're still pretty strong. We're not having too big issues yet. Okay, I have to know, how many of you, let me know down in the comment section below, how many of you actually run with fists as your secondary? Because if you run with fists as your secondary, it kind of backfired for me there because I wanted to hit that. But if you run fists as your secondary, they no longer have that in BO7, which is such a crazy change I was not expecting. I want this. Let me out. Whoa, where am I looking? The heck is that? Yeah, so now you have to run with your melee weapon out, and it's a much slower, I think, swap speed in my opinion, or swapping to the melee and then running and then swapping to a weapon. Whereas in this game, it's pretty fast, right? Because you just essentially just swap to your secondary, and with speed coal, I feel like it's maybe even faster. You will be able to run with your fists, and you run pretty fast. So that's a bit of a change that I do not necessarily appreciate. Can we just die? Holy smokes, 2 zombies left. I'm just trying to save my ammo. Or the lack thereof. Yeah, it's definitely something that's messed me up a lot in the beta, and now I feel like I'm doing the opposite, where I'm just not utilizing my fists the way I normally would have previous to playing the beta. So kind of a double-edged sword. I definitely think that's something that is a unique change, but maybe it has something to do with Mule Kick coming, or maybe they found it to be a reason that people weren't having 2 weapons, so if they remove it, maybe more people would run 2 weapons. I think the idea is to just push people to utilize more weapons throughout the game, whether it's making the loadout weapon weaker, or just making changes like I just said, where In normal cases, I would have only ran my fists and no other weapon. But now that fists aren't an option, maybe I'd be more likely to run 2 weapons, which technically is true because I'm not going to be utilizing that extra spot to try to be faster. I will also include my loadout in the pinned comment down below for those of you that are interested in what I have on for this specific run. But I did choose recoil springs instead of rapid fire, but I am running the CHF barrel for a little bit extra damage. I mean, I don't want it to be too bouncy. That's my thing. I don't like the visual look of it being too bouncy, and I just like my gun to shoot where I'm aiming. So I normally try to find balance. I don't run rapid fire and CHF on a lot of weapons just for the simple fact that it makes it just a little bit too bouncy for me. Everybody has their own preferences, so if you're not bothered by it, more power to you. And then obviously this is the biggest magazine. I was running no mag before or no attachments before, so definitely a big upgrade from that. Now let's try to kill these guys. Armored dudes. Everybody's starting to get so tanky. I can pack a punch level 2 probably. Let's do that here in a minute. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. These armored dudes are just standing there taking it, bro. It is crazy how much damage they actually eat. All right, we got a nuke. I'm gonna try to destroy this guy. There's at least one more mangler. I'm gonna keep it alive for a moment. I'm gonna go grab legendary and I think pack a punch level 2. And then we're almost at... I can't believe we're getting legendary already. And I guess we got lucky. I didn't even use my dead drop. There we go. Now, I think when it comes to Black Ops 7, the 2 most valuable gobblegums are going to end up being dead drop, which sounds surprising, I know, and hidden power, especially for the camo grind. I mean, you're going to want to avoid using hidden powers just to use them, obviously, but I think dead drop for sure is going to be one you're going to use from almost every run for every weapon, at least in the initial camo grind. So you'll probably pop it, you know, you'll get extra off the rip. You'll be able to upgrade faster. It'll help you get through the run faster. And more than likely, it's going to be very similar to how things were on this game, where you're just going to basically be taking advantage of round 31, exfilling, going back. The only thing I'm a little bit, like, I guess, concerned about is what the special zombies camo is going to look like, because I guarantee you they're going to have one for killing specials and one for killing elites again. The elite one might actually be easier in BO7 based on the bears and when they spawn in and such. Maybe it's very similar. Hard to really say. But then you have the specials, which, if you guys played the beta, you know, didn't spawn in until round 40. And there was only one per round. So let's just say, for example, you have to do 15 specials instead of, what is it in this game, 30. It's still going to take you forever because you're going to get to 40 just to get the first one. So more than likely, one of the best ways to actually grind camos going into BO7 is going to be having the one gun that you're grinding out the first 40 rounds with, trying to get your headshots or whatever the case might be, your one-shots, you know, whatever. And then you'll have your other weapon that whenever those doppels do spawn in, you'll want to take advantage of and kill them right off the rip of the round. One thing I think a lot of people got to keep in mind come the launch of BO7 is it's going to be a completely different vibe unless you're brand new. Unless you are a completely brand new player, you've unlocked nothing. BO7 is your first game of the 2. You didn't play BO6, right? Then it's going to be a different story. But if you are a player of BO6, you unlocked everything, you played throughout the seasons, you have all your augments available to you, I think the launch of BO7 is going to be significantly easier than it was like launch of BO6, right? You're going to have access to all your augments. Obviously, there's going to be new augments. Obviously, there's going to be stuff to unlock that you won't have access to, so there is more power to be gained, but you're starting out with a significant amount of power. We'll have all 12 perks available to us. We'll have all the augments we've already unlocked for 11 of them. We'll have new augments to unlock for everything in the game. There's going to be over like 200 augments come the end of this, you know, life cycle of this game. That's insane to think about. So many augments, so many choices, and I'm really hoping that the doubling of the miners is just adding even more variety to what we already use. The one thing we don't have that I wish we did was like some sort of loadout system for the augments, so we could save like separate presets and then jump in with like one set and then not have to go back and change them all individually to do a different set, and then just adds a little bit more freedom. But I do believe there's a lot of the player base that wouldn't really care about that, isn't going to take advantage of that, doesn't really use anything but the one augment setup that they use. Like, what's the best? And then that's all they run. But I do think there is a world where there's multiple extremely viable combinations to be used. So we'll have to see when the game comes out. We'll have to see what the extra miner slot brings to the table. But I do think, nonetheless, it is incredibly exciting. Yeah, that's going to shoot me around the corner. So far, this weapon does feel incredibly strong. I mean, we don't have dead shot right now. Like, well, I say it's broken. Absolutely not. It does feel strong. But we don't have dead shot. We don't have double tap. Both of those things are going to make massive differences. We're on 25, though. I could probably go buy them. We need to get a plater upgrade. especially with these freaking orbs coming around like it's the Matrix. Oh, we got dead wire camo. Done. All right, we should be on gold now. What does that kill? 15 rapidly, or 10 rapidly 15 times, or 15 rapidly 10 times, or something like that. Okay, there we go. You need to plan on making my way up to that Wonder Fizz. Do I have zombies left? I do. Let's just take our Mangler out. Try to get down to the last zombie or so. Kill the vermin. Kill them all. There we go. And then we'll make our way up there and get some more perks. Dude, we're not even pack 3. This thing's crazy right now. Look at this. The crit damage is crazy. I mean, double tap's going to be so insane come the launch of BO7. Having access to all of our augments, we're just going to destroy stuff. It's going to make a lot of the weapons feel way more powerful. And maybe that's why they started with such lower end of weapon damage, right? Like maybe they don't want the weapons to be super, super, super crazy. And it makes it easier for them to balance that way. I mean, I'm hoping that's the case, right? But there's also a possibility we go into the game and the weapons have completely different damage values. We'll have to wait and see for sure. At least now I feel like I can deal with these armored guys for a little while. And we still have one more upgrade we can get. Oh, I'm gonna have to pop a shroud, I think. I was like caught on that and then the dude blasted, which is gonna send me backward anyway. I was stuck. GG! Goodbye, Abomination. It's time for you to go, friend. Hey, it's time for you to go, sir. Okay. I want to save this insta-kill for next round. I also don't want to get it before I kill this guy. Come on. Abomination, what are you doing? This is why I don't like this stupid Abomination. Get out of here. I'd rather fight the bears. Bring back the bears. Replace them with the bears. I promise it would be more fun. That sounds insane, actually, but it fortunately probably would be fun. I don't mind the bears. The bears were a lot of fun in BO7's beta. I look forward to showing them who's boss come launch as well. All right, we're gonna get this guy out of here instantly. Can I get up there fast enough? Maybe W. We love insta-kill. We love insta-kill. All right, see if we can get rid of some more. We're gonna run out. That's it. That's all we got. This for damage is still great. See, this is why I don't love when people go to 31 and tell you a gun is good, because I'm on round 29. I don't even have pack 3. If I was pack 3 legendary, I would be destroying these guys, but we're still destroying them. So it's not even worth upgrading at the moment, even though I do have 60,000, because I can buy ammo for 2,500 or pick ammo up off of the ground and not have to spend 5,000, which technically at this point we could. Kind of fun, though, to see what the potential of a weapon is, right? I'm not struggling right now. This is easier right now than being maxed out at the same level on BO7. Not gonna lie, the current performance of this weapon has me very hopeful on our journey to 56, because if it's doing this well, once we actually upgrade it the rest of the way, it's only gonna push even further. And the fact that we were able to go this far without having to hit pack 3, it does kind of say a lot. Round 31, time to leave. Psych. Time to get Pack-a-Punch level 3. That could be an interesting way to go about things too, is if this sounds like something you guys would like, let me know down in the comment section below. But basically, what if we went to round 31 to make things a little bit faster, or make the videos a little bit, shorter, or whatever the case might be, but I'm not allowed to get pack 3. Would that be interesting for showcasing weapons come BO7? Or do you guys think what I currently do is the best way to do it? I mean, I got to do something in some way to compete with people who are uploading around 26 through 31, considering it takes them a significant amount less time to create content if they're doing that. And being first is kind of one of the most important parts of uploading content and being successful. So if I want to be first in the current way that I'm doing content, it'll never happen, because I just go out of my way to showcase the real truth about stuff and not actually just do it as fast as I can in a rush. So I'm curious what kind of ideas you guys might have in regards to that. I do think being underpowered and going to 31 and then exfilling might be a good, compromise to making them a little bit lower or shorter in the future. Now, this doesn't this isn't in regards to like every single video we do, but a good handful of them. There's definitely ways we could potentially make some of them a little bit shorter. Goodbye, Abomination. Goodbye. It was nice knowing you. It actually wasn't. It wasn't nice knowing the Abomination. Definitely the most annoying elite to fight against, in my opinion. I'd rather fight Amalgams. I'd rather fight Elder Disciples. I'd even rather fight Uber Klaus. To be fair, when there's 2 Uber Klauses, it gets a little hairy, but I'd rather fight the bears than Uber Klaus, to be honest. And there is a rumor that Uber Klaus will be back on Ashes of the Dam, so we'll have to wait and see if that's actually true. All right, we got an insta-kill early in the round. It's hard to actually get that lucky. Tear these guys up. Get out of here, Mangler. I don't even see this other Mangler. There it is. Then get you out. You're gone too. Oh, you're not gone yet, but you will be. There you go. See ya. Go back to the dark ether. Hopefully we don't see you in BO7. I don't think we'll see Manglers in BO7. I think we'll see Doppels. I think we'll see basically maybe even Uber Klauses, but I'm hoping from that point we won't really see any repeats from this game as far as the enemy types. I really don't want to see parasites. I think that's the one thing I don't want to see. Am I crazy? I feel like I just had an abomination. I mean, maybe the rounds are going faster than I remember, but I could have swore I just killed one. How do we have him again? I feel like the same thing happened to me when I did a Reckoning run. I felt like the elites were coming in like way more frequently than I remember. Maybe it was just the time on BO7 makes it feel like it's more frequent, or maybe I'm going through the rounds faster than it feels like I am, and that's leading to the difference, but definitely something feels a little weird. I don't feel like I should be fighting an elite this frequently. All right, abomination down. Everybody get out of here. I'm going to make sure I keep track. It was 35 when we got that one, so that way if we get another one insanely fast, or we feel like it's insanely fast, we can compare. There are a few zombies left in this round, and then we can see how, let's see how fast we delete this Mangler. Hey, Mangler, do your blast. I'll reload. Okay, focused on the Mangler cannon. Nice. And then just absolutely erased. Round 37, still cooking. Okay, we got another one at 39. So what's that, 4 rounds? I mean, it's not 5 rounds, but it is pretty interesting. It is definitely pretty interesting. I think every 4 rounds kind of makes sense, but I feel like there's times where it's 5 or 6, or I guess it's 4, 5, or 6 rounds in between, nevertheless. Or most of the time, nevertheless. I'm not even sure if it's never. He won't mosey out of my corner. Try to get you out of here, bro. Try to do you a favor. Oh, why are there so many over here still? Jeez. Yeah, jumping back into this game, the fists running around definitely feels like the go-to. I really hope that's something that comes back. Maybe that's something that comes back with Mule Kick. I definitely think it's a little unfortunate when I have to be swapping to my melee weapon to get the same speeds out of it. I did notice, however, though, like the Akimbo pistols did seem to have like tack sprint built in or something, which in reality isn't something you really have regularly with most of the weapons, I guess you could say, in BO7. Something we have with all weapons, obviously, in BO6, but it's supposed to be that way. Whereas BO7 is kind of like a remove mechanic to a certain extent, unless you use a specific perk in multiplayer. And then I'm sure there's going to be something augment-wise. Actually, I know there's something augment-wise with like stamina up or something that will allow you to tack sprint or something like that too. Okay, Mangler, goodbye. I mean, it's still cooking the Manglers. It's doing pretty good. Problem is, it's really hard to judge weapons and like how they perform against armor. Like some weapons feel really good. A good example is like the Skull Splitter, right? Like why didn't I break through? Why didn't I blast that guy out of my way? We'll never know. But as I was saying, the Skull Splitter is one of those weapons that feels like it has incredible DPS. And then you find out you can't barely do any damage to armor with it. I tried to fight Richtofen with that thing, and I would have been fighting him for 10 years if I'd have tried to continue it. The Manglers never end on Liberty Falls. Come on. Hey, look at those damage numbers. Woo! Hey, look at those damage numbers, like 10,000. 10,830. That's pretty beefy. Per bullet, 120 bullets. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm 100% not tripping. 42. This is 3 rounds later. We have another abomination. Either I'm remembering it wrong from not playing PO6 for like a week or whatever it was, or something changed and it's weird. Well, this insta-kill gonna help for sure. Get that, and then we'll just delete the Mangler. Goodbye, Mangler. Goodbye, other Mangler. And goodbye the rest of the zombies here. I mean, so far we're still holding up strong. We have like 10 rounds left to go till we hit the health cap. Holding up strong for sure. Decent enough. Maybe a top 10 weapon. So far it's feeling pretty good. I mean, honestly, if you're doing, you know, like what, 10,000 per bullet? I guess it's not going to be per bullet. It's going to be like every other bullet with double tap. That's pretty good. That's honestly pretty good when you have 120 bullets in the mag. And honestly, I do feel like the reserve's a little bit more thought out for this weapon than some of the weapons we get. How am I stuck on the 2 poles? Why did they put 2 poles next to each other right there? Come on. Okay, Mangler, you're going to be gone. If I could just focus up long enough. just need to focus up long enough. Did I ever open that? Or did it just give me a reward for nothing? Huh? Didn't I do this thing and it gave me a reward, or did I do a trial and not even know? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Let's open this up. What the? Did I do a trial? I didn't. I might have done a trial without even knowing I did a trial. That's weird. I'm insanely confused. Unless that reward just popped up out of nowhere. I don't know how it makes any sense, but apparently I just unlocked my opal camo already. So I guess we got 30 specials. After getting gold already? That's crazy. I think that seems a little bit off, but I'm gonna go with it. Get that nuke to start the round. Everything's going so well so far, for the most part. I mean, it is Liberty Falls. There's tons of manglers. It is a little stressful. It is what it is. Ooh, an insta kill. It's a perfect time for that. We got 3 manglers. The manglers just keep multiplying. It's like, I have almost no zombies left, but I got 3 manglers. That seemed a little crazy to me. It's a little bit crazy. We made it work, though. All right, here we go. The final round. This is the health cap here. We finally reached it. It's going to get very chaotic for sure. Got to get everybody spawned in. Got to make sure there's 450 manglers. And we'll see if we can survive it. And then we're going to exfil on 56 if we can make it through this round, which I feel like we should be able to. I mean, things can still go wrong for sure. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, we should have the at least means to redeem ourselves if something does. We've made it this far. I think did I lose Dying Wish? I may have lost Dying Wish once, if not at all. And then we didn't lose any self-revives, of course. No. Really wish I could kill that guy a little faster, but he's in a weird position for me. The problem I've honestly found with this weapon is that it's really good. Has great ammo reserve. It's got a good mag size. I don't feel like I go through insane amounts of bullets too quickly, but I do feel like it tends to struggle a bit against breaking armor. Outside of that, it's been pretty good. Like enemies that enemies that don't have armor die pretty quick. Enemies that have armor feels like it's 7 to 10 business days. All right, there we go. And once we break their armor, they get to delete it. That's the fun part. I don't know how much that impacts us. We're gonna get this mangler out and this mangler. Come on, come on. Oh, I didn't realize you were lasering me. Should have taken the time to damage you. Everybody's gonna start spawning back in. That nuke definitely didn't clear the round. Did it help? Yes, it definitely helped. But did it clear it? No, definitely not. All right, I need to be able to squeeze through. Watch out, little spider. Little vermin spider. Definitely worth leveling this weapon up, though. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad that they didn't make a nostalgic weapon, like, underwhelming, I guess you could say. I don't know what the M14 has in store for us or whatever the heck they named it in this game, but that's what I'll be trying out next, so hopefully it's got a similar result to this. What the hell was that? You can't be doing that. You cannot be sending me backward like that. Ain't no way. I'm definitely hoping that it's somewhat in line with the MP40. The Dresden. I want to know what came... or what made them come to the conclusion they needed to make the name different. I don't know if it's like a... I can't imagine what the issue would be. I feel like they should be able to call it whatever they want, right? Throw that over there. Go ahead and go over here. Get the ammo. Oh, yeah. We love dead wire. Goodbye, Mangler. Goodbye, zombies. Okay. He's going to tear me apart. Hold on. Trying to hit some headshots. I mean, look at that. We get through the zombies pretty quick. Even the Mangler's taking decent damage. The problem is I can't tell if I'm only hitting it or if I'm just hitting zombies too. Okay, I need to also take their blasters off. I don't have any armor for some reason. It's like one of the biggest issues I have sometimes in this run. Where are the plates? I got guys shooting around corners, but I can't get armor. Alright, finish these guys off. Zombies dead. Look at all that damage. Mangler dead. I don't know if my other guy's gonna be dead, but he might be. Dude, that lasering is crazy. I couldn't tell what attack I was getting hit by. Was it gonna be the Mangler or was it gonna be the Abomination? Can we stop launching the blast for a second here, sir? Okay, almost there. I mean, like, just open your face. This is why I don't like the Abomination. It's just a long, drawn-out fight for no reason, because it just doesn't want to... Look at this. Come on. Dude. You open your face, but I'm trying to not kill the Mangler behind you. Did I kill them both? No, I didn't. Okay, perfect. All right, let's line ourselves up. We're ready to exfil. We freaking did it. Overall, I would give this thing like an A, right? Like it's an above average weapon. It's probably in the top 10 more viable weapons, but there is so many weapons in the game, it's honestly hard to tell. All right, here we go. Round 56. It's the vibe. Obviously, we're going to use the mutant injection to exfil our way out of here. The time has come. Open this up. Go across. Let's see what we can make happen. All right, here we go. The time to exfil is here. We're gonna do the thing that works the best. Mutant inject. Punch him. Get him. Go. And there goes the abomination. Hopefully there's not another one. How many more we got? 11 enemies. Where are y'all? Honestly, I think if they gave you just a touch more time, I would never use score streaks for this. It would just be the fun of actually trying to exfil, but because the enemies don't come in a reasonable enough pace on every map for the exfil to even be accomplishable with most weapons, I think it's just worth it to use the streak. Get it out. Get the heck out of the map safely, you know? But that's a GG. Check it out, the new MP40 Dresden SMG, whatever you guys want to refer to it as. Welcome back, MP40, but that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support in the channel. Look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!